Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about the key features of the operating system. Okay, here I can list out the key features of the operating system. User interface, that is UI. The second one is memory management, process management. The fourth one is security management. Fifth one is fault tolerance. The next one is file management, and another one is multi-processing, then time sharing, and the last one is distributed operating systems. Okay, here we can discuss about this topic. First one is user interface, that is UI. Okay, the short form of user interface is UI. User interface is one of the significant feature in operating system. Okay, user interface is one of the significant feature in operating system. The only way that user can make interaction with a computer. This is a main reason for key success of GUI, that is graphical user interface based operating system. This is a main reason for key success of GUI based operating system. The GUI is a window based system with a pointing device to direct input or output, choose from menus, make selections, and a keyboard to enter text. Its vibrant colors attract the user very easily. Okay, this is the user friendly interface. Okay, this is the user friendly interface. Then it can have a multi varied color to attract the user. Okay, it is most widely used interface, okay, in operating system. The next one is memory management. Okay, what is mean by memory management? Memory is nothing but the daily data that can be stored into the computer of the particular device. Okay, the collection of data that can be stored in one place. Okay, this is called memory. How to manage our memory? Okay, memory management is the process of controlling and coordinating computers main memory and assigning memory block to various running programs to optimize overall computer performance. The memory management involves the allocation of specific memory blocks to individual programs based on user demands. This is the concept of memory management. Okay, here we can use so much of data to store the value by using the memory. The operating system is responsible for the following activities in connection with memory management. Okay, the first one is keeping track of which portion of memory are currently being used and who is using them. Okay, determining which processes or parts of processes and data to move in and out of memory. Allocation and deallocation of memory blocks as needed by the program in main memory, that is garbage collection. Okay, main memory is always called garbage collection. The next one is process management. Process management is function that includes creating and deleting processes and providing mechanisms for processes to communicate and synchronize with each other. Okay, it can provide user interaction with a proper manner. Okay, it can be allocate the user to perform with the computer or to perform or else to communicate with the computer with a proper manner. A system task such as sending output to a printer or screen can also be called as a process. Okay, this is the one kind of process. Okay, a computer consists of a collection of processes. They are classified as two categories: operating system processes, which is executed by system code; user process, which is executed by user code. All these processes can potentially execute concurrently on a single CPU. Okay, this is the two categories of processes. The following algorithms are mainly used to allocate the job or process to the processor. Okay, first one is FIFO, that is first in first out. Okay, this is the short form of FIFO. SJF. Okay, then round robin, then last one is based on priority. Okay, FIFO, that is first in first out scheduling. Okay, here this algorithm is based on queuing technique. Assume that a student is standing in a queue to get grade sheet from his or her teacher. Okay, this is the one example of FIFO. The other student who stands first in the queue gets his or her grade sheet first and loves from the queue, followed by the next student in the queue gets it corrected, and so on. This is the basic logic of the FIFO algorithm. Okay, here what does the concept of FIFO means? First in, first out. Here we can give here I can give one mark sheet to you, means students are arranged in a proper order to get your mark sheet. Okay, this is the concept of FIFO. Okay, the first person is standing in front of me. I can give mark sheet to her. Okay, this is the concept of FIFO. The second one is SJF, shortest job first scheduling. Okay, this is the abbreviation of SJF. Note it well. This algorithm works based on the size of the job being executed by the CPU. Okay, this will be how it can be explained means the shortest job is first. Okay, here the computer considering a large and short job means it can be accept the short job first to reduce the more time. Okay, round robin scheduling. The round robin scheduling algorithm is designed especially for time sharing system. It can be used for time sharing systems. Okay, jobs or processors are assigned and processor time in a circular method. Okay, this is the form in a circular manner based on priority. Okay, here we can check the size of the input, means depending upon the size of the input to give the output to the particular user. Okay, the given job or process is assigned based on a priority. The job which has higher priority is more important than other jobs. Then security management. The major challenge in computer and software industry is to protect users' legitimate data from hackers. Okay, it can be used to secure our data from the hackers. The operating system provides three levels of securities to the user end. They are file access level, system level, network level. Okay, the first one is file access level. Okay, what does mean by file access level? In order to access the files created by other people, you should have the access permission. Okay, it can be how it can be given providing security feature means the authorized users can only accept the files. Okay, this is the concept of file access level. Permissions can either be granted by the creator of the file or by the administrator of the system. Okay, this is the concept of file access level. The next one is system level. System level security is offered by the password in a multi-user environment. Here we can assign one password to the particular computer or laptop, means Here we can give one password to the particular computer or our mobile phone also. For that, why we are using this type of commands or this type of protection means we can prevent our electronic sources from the hackers. Okay, this is the concept of security, that is system level. The next one is network level. Network security is an indefinable one. So people from all over the world try to provide such a security. Okay, this is the one kind of security also. All the above itself is security features are provided only by the operating system. Okay, these all the security features are provided by the operating system. The next one is fault tolerance. The operating system should be robust. When there is a fault, the operating system should not crash. Instead, the operating system have fault tolerance capabilities and retain the existing state of system. Okay, this is the concept of fault tolerance. File management. File management is an important function of operating system which handles the data store techniques. The operating system manages the files, folders and directory systems on a computer. The file manager of the operating system helps to create, edit, copy, allocate memory to the files and also updates the FAT. Multiprocessing. This is one of the features of operating system. It has two or more processes for a single running process, that is job. Okay. Processing takes place in parallel as known as parallel processing. Okay. Processing takes place in parallel is known as parallel processing. Since the execution takes place in parallel, this feature is used for high speed execution which increases the power of computing. This is the concept of multiprocessing. Time sharing. This is one of the features of operating systems. It allows execution of multiple tasks or processes concurrently. For each task, a fixed time is allocated. This division of time is called time sharing. Okay, we can share the time to execute a program for saving the time. The processor switches rapidly between various processes after a time is elapsed or the process is completed. This is the concept of time sharing. The next one is distributed operating systems. The distributed operating system is used to access shared data and files that reside in any machine around the world using internet or intranet. The users can access as if it is available on their own computer. Okay, this is the concept of distributed operating systems. Advantages of distributed operating systems. A user at one location can make use of all the resources available at another location over the network. Many computer resources can be added easily in the network. Improves the iteration with the customers and clients. Reduces the load on the host computer. These are the advantages of distributed operating system, that is the DOS. Prominent operating systems. Here I can list out some prominent operating system, that is Unix, Microsoft Windows, Linux, iOS and Android. We all are familiar with the operating system as Android. We are using mobile phones, Android mobile phones and Apple mobile phones, that is iOS. Unix and Linux and Microsoft Windows are also used in our regular PC or personal computers. Okay, these are the prominent operating systems. Modern computing systems use a graphical user interface. Okay, that is GUI. A GUI lets use to your mouse to click icons, buttons, menus and everything. Is clearly displayed on the screen using a combination of graphics and text elements. Okay, Thank you students for watching this video.